I'm now joined by Melissa Navon, owner of Pita Pal Foods. Melissa, tell me, how did Pita Pal Foods originate?
Pita Pal Foods was an idea that my husband and I had after 9/11, when the country was in a pretty strong recession. And we moved from high-tech job to high-tech job because our offices kept getting shut down. And so my husband and I said, you know what, we want our children to have a stable foundation and not move all over the world like we had been doing. And we want to move back to Houston. And so we kind of both thought, what does the country need right now? The country needs some healthy food. That was when the buzz about America being the fattest country in the world started, and everyone is obese and everyone's eating junk food and no one's eating at home anymore. And coincidentally, just because of the recession, people actually started eating more at home and less in restaurants. The Mediterranean diet started to take hold, and people started to think about maybe not a drastic lifestyle change like the Atkins diet, but some kind of healthy lifestyle that they could feed their family and sustain. And vegetarian Mediterranean food was the ticket, I think.
How wide is the distribution of Pita Pal Foods?
We are nationwide and international. So we're a 10-year-old company, and I think that we just got in at the right time in the business. Like I said, when people started wanting a healthier lifestyle, and it's pretty tasty too, so it just took off like wildfire.
Tell me about a list that Pita Pal will be featured on, compiled by the Houston Business Journal.
Yes, very exciting. We won number 7 fastest growing business in Houston out of 100. And I can say that we more than double our business every year. So hopefully in the next few years, we might still be on the top 10 if we're lucky. We're going to work to achieve that goal.
I know you're currently in the Heights on 18th Street, but there's a move in the works.
We're very excited. We have purchased a plant, an existing plant that has been vacant for a few years in an up-and-coming area that is trying to change from a low socioeconomic area into a revitalized area down at Canal and Navigation. And we're very excited because we're going to bring a lot of jobs to the area, and we are going to quadruple our capacity, more than quadruple our capacity. So it's a very invigorating task, and one that will lead us to the future to be one of the largest hummus and gourmet salad manufacturers in the nation.
People that are interested in working with you, kind of skills should they have?
Houston is not a mecca for food manufacturing. I would say that Dallas has more food manufacturing than Houston, and it's nice to have some machine operating skills, some warehousing skills, some HACCP, food handling training, this kind of thing. And just be a hard worker and want to be willing to help us take our company to the future and elevate it to the highest level possible in food safety, in quality, in love. We put on the back of our labels, the last ingredient is a lot of love. And it's true. We make every product from scratch. We actually are one of the largest, we are the largest consumer of dry garbanzo beans or chickpeas. And we're also the largest consumer of black-eyed peas in this part of the country. And probably we're the largest consumer of dry black-eyed peas other than the canning companies in the nation. We are probably number 1 or 2 largest consumer of dry organic chickpeas in the nation. We're one of the top organic hummus manufacturers. It's really important that we live in a very vital community like Houston, who has amazing infrastructure. We have the port, which we can ship and receive ingredients, even though we try to use American-made dry goods or American-grown. We have a very dynamic workforce here in Houston, thanks to the oil and medical industries. And the cost of living in Houston is one of the lowest for a major city in the U.S. So we can ship we can produce from scratch and ship our items to the various borders of our nation and compete in an organic product with a non-organic product on the shelf for the same price as our top competitors.
You told me you have some serious competition on a corporate level. Would you be willing to share some of the possibly surprising competitors that you have to deal with in the marketplace?
Well, I would say our major competitors are PepsiCo, Nestle, and Kraft Foods. Those are the major players in the nation for hummus per se. And I think we're doing a pretty good job competing against them. We're starting to edge a lot of those competitors out of the market slowly. And you're looking at the owner, so I think that's a pretty amazing feat. Considering the fact that those multinational companies have people much smarter and more skilled than I am sitting around thinking about all the issues that I think about every day.
And you have to serve many roles as owner. You don't have a specialized staff, am I correct?
The majority of the decisions are made by myself or my husband who is a partner with me.
How is Pita Pal committed to environmental responsibility?
When we started our first factory, I chose, with I think it was Green Mountain Energy, the Wind and Water program. And it was something that was dear to my heart, to try to help us make some environmental stand, even if it's just a little one, and we're just a drop in the bucket. And it wasn't really buzzing yet. And a few years ago, it was all the rage. I guess with Obama coming into office, he was really promoting environmental sense more, and it started becoming trendy. So I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I should put that on my packaging, because now it seems like other people really care other than myself. So I would venture to say that probably most of my major competitors are not on wind and water, which means that they have a lower cost of operating their plants, but it's something that's very important to me, and I think that a lot of the customers appreciate that.
And what kind of feedback have you been getting as owner of Pita Pal as far as making products that are both organic and kosher?
Wow. I have to say that we have 3 lines: our organic line, our all natural line, and our line that has a preservative in it. And we are kosher vegetarian, which is parv, considered parv. And the feedback is amazing. I mean, it's interesting because people who are not Jewish also look for the symbols, especially people who are vegetarian, of different religious backgrounds. They know that when they see the kosher symbol, that factory is inspected, all the ingredients have been inspected, and they can rely more heavily on that symbol as being a quality product and being overseen by different agencies. And so we are under the state of Texas organic label. We are under various audits that we have to actually pay for ourselves, but an outside company comes in and audits us in order to make sure that we're achieving the highest goal in safety and quality.
Melissa, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure interviewing you and learning more about Pita Pal and the impact in the Houston community.
Thank you so much for having me.